All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. Got another powerful presentation today, family. Yes, indeed, we do. We're going to be talking about the evil eye or look so harmful that it can cause death. And that's a very serious goddamn look. You better make sure you got protection against that. But anyway, fam, before we get started, make sure you get over to my Patreon. You already know what it is. We got that fire. Where we at? Hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got that fire. I want you to get over there. Patreon, over 500 exclusive live streams. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Seti products. We got some fire over there for you. You can become a member of the YouTube page right now, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Gain access to exclusive videos. And please like the video, family. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. Comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you can and will get banned. That's right, family. And so this is real serious what we're talking about. The evil eye or look so harmful. And it's ancient. So that means that people, listen, motherfuckers always looking at you, nigga. Evil looks. You see, they can look at you. Matter of fact, hold on, family. Let me get my protection. Yeah, I got to get my protection because I know some evil niggas out there looking at me on the internet. I got to be protected. I got the aura anyway. I'm one of the avatars and shit, but I got to get my protection on me. Hold on, family. Yeah, let me get my protection on. Yeah, let me get my protection on you evil looking niggas. Yeah, I'm gonna baptize you niggas. Yeah, I got to baptize y'all. All you evil eye niggas out there. We got something for your eye, nigga. We got something for your eye. Yeah, we in the house, yeah. So we're gonna talk about the evil eye. Let me get my protection on me, family. You know, I got my onks and shit, you feel me? You got my onks on me, you know, in case. Let me put my onk on, you feel me? Yeah, let me put my ring on, my capara. Yeah, put my capara on, you feel me? Put my capara on, you feel? Let me see. Yeah, yeah. Put that capara on. You feel me? And then this, you know, repulse all you demonic entities out there. Yeah, repulse all you demonic entities out there. Well, talk about this. This is an ancient, and there's, you know, and there's a way to defend against it. You know, and I don't mean, you know, sometimes you just have to go in the nigga eye. You feel what I'm saying? Motherfucker, what you looking at like that? You feel? Go straight on up in his eyes. You feel me? He looking funny, you know. He said, yeah, they can't deal with the general. I'm a mad guy, you feel me? But anyway, let's talk about this evil eye and what you could do to, you know, defend against it. And I'm gonna get on these. I have some gems, and we're gonna get back on them a little bit later. You know, what the evil eye is, and you know the effects of it. Okay, so the evil eye is a cultural and spiritual belief found in many societies around the world about harm caused by envy or ill intent. Okay. You know, but you know, they always try to deny the spirit because this is a computer. It ain't gonna think, you know, it ain't gonna think with the spiritual consciousness. It's a fucking computer. So it's gonna deny that, but we not gonna deny. You see, motherfucker look up and be watching you on and say, I hate that nigga. You feel me? Man, I hope the nigga, something bad happened to him. So people watch you all the time and shit, and then you be out in the street, motherfucker watch you don't even know. And people say, what is the belief of the evil eye? A person can cause harm, listen, bad luck, illness, motherfucker get sick, put some sickness on your ass, or misfortune simply by looking at someone with jealousy, envy, or negative intention, whether intentional or not. So a motherfucker can have so much hate and whether and then you fuck around, have a car crash, or, some shit, it just emanates so much discontent and evil. A motherfucker looking at you got a motherfucker hate you like that. You know what I'm saying? And it could bring harm upon you. Okay. And so, this is something that's been, validated down through the years. You can find it in damn near every culture on the planet, especially even in Africa, and so the eye of Ra was one of those symbols that was used. And then here go one right here. Oh man, I just dropped it. Damn, dropped the eye. Oh, let me get it. Drop the eye. You feel me? Matter of fact, let me get my. Okay, am I up there? I'm up there. Yeah, so I can see it up there. Make sure I can see it like I need to see it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this it right here. Let me see if it show up. Yeah. You got a motherfucker looking at you behind the screen like that. There you go. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it showed up pretty good. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, yeah, you can get, that's what you need, you understand, protect you. You can get you an amulet, you feel me? It got to be visible to the motherfucker. So when he look at you, the almighty righteous creator of the universe is looking back at his ass and shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people, especially in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying, over there, they learn from us, the Kemetic Nubian spiritual system, with the Eye Ra, the Eye of Heru. You see, they put what they call the Hamza, and then the other eye, is a protective eye. Let me put that up in there so y'all can see. And it's the same. It ain't nothing but the Eye Ra. It ain't nothing but the Eye Ra. You could use it. I use it. Yeah, you could use it. Here you go. But you come out better. But it's the same thing. You see, the blue one is the one you want, But then you can go ahead and come straight up. You come straight with the eye of Ra or the eye of Horus. You feel me? You can come straight with the Kemetic. Bingo. Yeah, you can come straight with the Kemetic. You feel me? Now, so yeah, you can come straight with the Kemetic. You get, because that's what they put our ancestors down in, so that in case, they could have some protection even in the afterlife. Because it was some trials, and it was some trials where shit, it wasn't all that safe. So they had to have protection even over in the nether realm. You feel me? So yeah, the Ujit. That's right. The Ujit. But anyway, so yeah, so you see in a lot of cultures around the world, they have, the Hamza. Now the Hamza is with the hand. Now the Hamza is with the hand. I think I put that one in there too. I think I dropped it in. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. So the Hamza is you see it's a palm. You'll see the palm of a hand, and inside the palm will be an eye. And then a lot of people, when they drive, they keep one with them. They hang it right over, where the rear view mirror is at. You see, they hang it right there. You see, because you want it visible. In case a motherfucker looking at you and shit, you got some protection. You know what I'm saying? You got some protection. That's right. But any of the ancient symbols or repose, even the Ankh, any of the ancient symbols of, but when they see that eye, they gonna freeze up because they gonna know that a motherfucker out there like them exists. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna know a motherfucker out. They gonna know you on game. You feel you on your spiritual game. And you aware they ass. You feel me? So that's first, because when they see it, they're gonna be, oh, okay. He know. You feel me? She know. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's number one. And then when you put the Ankh, you get, the Ankh, the any of the symbols, the Kepara, all of that. Most definitely give you some protection. But let's talk about this. So sudden bad luck. You know what I'm saying? You having bad luck. It might be a motherfucker, man, that you need to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? You might need to look around, motherfucker, putting that negativity on your ass. You feel what I'm saying? Shit. Some motherfuckers you need to block even on the internet. Get their ass on, Scoot their ass on. They ain't doing nothing but watching your material. What you putting up there, putting a hex on your ass or something. Yeah, it's just frequency. Get a motherfucker around. You see a motherfucker, and you might not like the motherfucker. Every time you see the motherfucker, you make you, you feel, you get a fucked up feeling. Like, man, I would, make you start, it turn you, where you be ready to do harm and shit. Cause it'll drive you to that point. You had to get a motherfucker bringing you, and they keep trying. You had to get a motherfucker from around you. You feel what I'm saying? Cause that's almost like they trying to possess your ass. You feel me? Unexplained illness or fatigue. Motherfucker looking on you, and looking at you and putting something on you, watching you, and it can go. This shit even move through the internet. You see what I'm saying? Like The Ring and shit. Motherfucking bitch coming through the goddamn TV on your ass. Shit. Yeah, shit. Watch this shit. Anxiety or restlessness. Can't sleep. Motherfucker, they say the witch on your ass or something like that. Yeah, man. You got to keep you some, and get you some oils too. Get you some motherfucking oils, man. That's number one, too. Get you some oils and get you some sacred oils. I don't, motherfuckers wearing all that. Get you some sacred oil. Yeah, you can get you some other stuff, too. You like the little colognes and perfumes and shit. That's all right. But get you some sacred oils, too, like the Egyptian musk, the Blue Nile, the Kush. You see what I'm saying? Them like my, them most definitely is my, the some sandalwood, the go-to, the go-to. Most definitely those. I know y'all got some other ones out there, that y'all, drop it in there. Yeah, I forget. Yeah, the frankincense. I don't know what made me forget the frankincense and the myrrh. And then you can get them together. Sometimes I get them separate. You know what I'm saying? You can get the frankincense, you can get the myrrh, you can get the frankincense and myrrh. So I get, man, I like some myrrh by itself too. Make sure you get that frankincense and myrrh for real. Cause them ancient scents, that come from, especially they come from the Holy Land, and they've been used down through the ages, you feel me? As something that repulses all type of evil and negative energy. So most definitely get your symbols, get your oils and shit. You know what I'm saying? And for a spiritual protect, and make sure you're doing your rituals, and meaning you're doing your meditations, you're purifying your mind, you're doing your knowledge, because the closer when you're doing your knowledge, that's divine energy. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you're doing your knowledge. They can't touch you. They can't touch you. I'm gonna just be real. Only when you become weak and you engage. So yeah, yeah. So when you engage, that's what happened. You start engaging with cut their ass loose, cut them off. Get them from around you. You feel what I'm saying? Can't have nobody up there, praying on your downfall. So also relationship or financial. Oh no, I went over some. Oh, crying babies or disrupted sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Crying babies or disrupted sleep. That's crazy. Yeah, they trying to, they'll bring the babies to let you know. They're just like even the dogs and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Dog get the barking at a motherfucker, or they get the barking out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, motherfucker, something ain't, some frequency in there. Like, ain't nothing around. Motherfucker get the barking and shit. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? You letting me know something? Let me know something, and they'll let you know, the animals see shit. They say they see gins and all type of shit. So the baby's crying and shit, negative energy. They crying all the time. You see what I'm saying? They try to, and that's wicketry. You feel me? Relationship or financial problem. Motherfucker try to separate you and your honey or something. You feel what I'm saying? Financial problem. Motherfucker can't get on, your bad luck. Your bad keeping, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Cleanse. It's time for a cleanse. That's right. We're gonna talk about it. Protection against, objects breaking or plans failing. Yeah, it's time for a cleansing, man. It's time to get that spiritual armor on your armor on, and your rituals and it should matter, man. I ain't saying it like it matter. It matter, man. Don't let nobody tell you. Even in your, it's gonna set you, and you gonna feel protected. And if you feel protected, you are protected. You feel that that go a long way. If you believe, then it's real. You know what I'm saying? Believe it start in the mind. What you believe in your consciousness is real. You manifest that. And when you say I'm protected, you protected. You manifest what you speak and what you believe. Real talk. So, that's you say words of power created the universe with the word. Okay. So you speak it and and you continue to speak it. Mantras and rituals every day. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot be defeated. I'm just gonna be real with you. I ain't had you just got to stay on your A game. Quit playing games. You see, now one of the protective symbols was the blue eye, the amulet, Nazar. That's what the one I just showed in the Hamza hand. In the Hamza, you're gonna have the hand, then you gonna have the eye in there. You see red thread, and where you tie red thread around your arm. I'm gonna talk about that more. Salt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they put salt on they seals, their window seals and things right around the door and shit. Salt repel all the evilness. So know that. And then your rituals, your where you do your ritual, you speak your mantras and things of that, and you read out loud too. When you're reading your knowledge and you reading your Dr. Ben, Dr. John, him, your Ivan Van, read out loud. That's also, like a mantra. You know what I'm saying? That knowledge is real because it's ancient. You understand it brings, when you speak knowledge like that, you bring the ancestors in. You feel me? They come to hear, they'll sit down with you. Believe me what I tell you. You see, believe me what I tell you. They sit down, they want, just like children, when they want to, when you speak in knowledge, man, you bring in certain spirits, of the ancestors. When you speak in knowledge. Okay. Speak out loud though. Speak it into the universe. And so these work, and we're not gonna read or whatever, because this is, it's a goddamn computer. So they ain't gonna but the psychological humans naturally fear envy and social threat. When something bad happens, the mind looks for meaning, you know. And so But that's see, you dealing with Neanderthals, and they ain't gonna understand that. That's why we always a million steps ahead of they at. The evil eye symbol mean okay. No, I want to get to the what you can use to keep you protected. And again, we doing everything, your symbols, and make sure your symbols, your amulets, your rings, make sure you keep them clean so they emit the type of, the full range of the frequency, and speak to you speak to your amulets and things of that nature, you bring them out, you speak to them and speak into them. You feel me? And then endow your armory, you know what I'm saying, with righteous sayings and information. You empower your own amulets and your own medallions and and your rings and whatever it is you got. You got to speak to it and empower and over. You know what I'm saying? People going, you have to watch it. People be trying to get your amulets. You feel me? Because they know that's the only way that they can get in and get to you. Amulets and talismans, we just went on jewelry or objects blessed or symbolically. Ain't no symbolically charged. What I just said, that's how you charge protection. Uh, when you listen to a goddamn computer, boy, I tell you, they don't have no spirituality. So everything is so bland and shit. We went over there. Also, get you some incense. You get the oils. You can get that incense in there too. And and a lot of people get the sage and and things of that. But one thing about the sage, get it out of there. But you want to, that's just like the detoxification. But you want to purify, you want to, get the good smelling scents in there after that too. So you burn your sage, you get the sage in there, that'll clear it out. You know what I'm saying? Open the windows up. Sometimes you just got to clean the motherfucking house up, and you get you some, some people use all type of stuff, some scent, some cinnamon, some whatever it is. Some people even put the frankincense in the water and clean. You know what I'm saying? Clean the house. Open the windows up and let the because they're gonna run up out of there. They're gonna when you start doing that and you get them. When you put the sage, open the windows up so they can have somewhere to escape. You got something up in the house so they get the fuck on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So burn it and work from the back of the house to the front, So you go to the most inner room and you start, already had it and you as you go and you do it just like that from the inner room and then you go through the hall, go into the next room. You know what I'm saying? And and work your way and don't leave no way for them to stay in. You go through all the rooms and you work their ass up out of there. Leave the windows open. Let the motherfucker get on up out of there. You see what I'm saying? Escape on up out of there, and then you come in with your incense and things of that nature. This is ancient. Our people wouldn't do that if it wasn't real. So you can get the Palo Santo. You can use that, the sage, the frankincense. Get it up out of there. And once you get it out of there, you can put some, use that sage. That's really getting everything out. It get everything out. You know what I'm saying? So you have to come back in there with some incense, and another thing, and I used to do that too. You get you some symbols, you get your watches. I be having my watches. I put them over the doorways. You see what I'm saying? I used to have, masks and African masks and, the eye, the arm. You put them over the doorways. You feel me? And when anything, it'll block them from coming in the rooms and shit. Put them over your doorway on the outside and in. You feel me? Demon won't even come to the door. You feel me? Gonna know. You see what I'm saying? So on the front, on the outside of the door, and on the inside. So every time you keep it from going in the rooms. So, so that's how you do that too. Mirrors, near the babies, and you keep a lot of protection in the babies' rooms and things of that nature. Mirrors around mirrors, because listen, mirrors are gateways. You see, mirrors are gateways, and so you want to make sure you got something there. You know what I'm saying? Hang it over. Sometimes you have to let it hang down. Fuck it. I used to let shit hang down on the mirror, keep it from coming, anything trying to come through the mirror. And this is real. Okay. You wonder why your ass that motherfucking witch riding your goddamn back at night, nigga. You understand? You got to purify. You got to purify, but you got to keep people, that ain't if they ain't on your team, get their ass on. That's just all it boiled down to. If tap on in. Yeah, tap on in. Just go back over it. Go back over it. But yeah, most definitely, every so often, man, clean the house. Get you can get the liquid they got cleansing, cleaning out there where you can get the frankincense and pour that in the hot water and just wipe down. You know what I'm saying? Wipe everything down. But sage first and then open the, get it on up out of there. Run it on up out of there. And like I say, start in the back and work your way down. Work it on up out of there. You feel me? Work it on up and open up the window, let the motherfucker escape. Because it's gonna want to escape and keep you some symbol, keep your sacred symbols like the bedroom. You want onks on both sides. Both sides. You feel what I'm saying? Of the door. On both sides of the door. On the door, however you want to put it, over the door, on the door. You see what I'm saying? The protective symbols, and just keep evil motherfuckers. Okay. Shrouds of okay. Family, it's a lot of yep, yep. Get you and just keep these people around you, and stay and keep your hygiene together. You feel me? Keep your hygiene. They say God and cleanliness is the next thing to godliness, and feeling good, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Continue to do the things that make you feel good. And if you do that, man, and for all these evil eye niggas, they're gonna be watching you. You understand what I'm saying? You had to keep some regalia on your page and shit, to repel their ass. Don't just be up there with no thug shit up there. Yeah, get you some righteous up there on the damn screen and shit. You see that spirit of Ra back there burning their ass. They ain't coming over here because we got the spirit of Ra on here right now. So I put you some protective energy back there. You say you're going to give them the evil eye back. You'll give them the righteous eye, God. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to give them because they're already evil. So all you have to do is put that righteous eye on their ass. They're going to set their ass on fire. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see. I had to look in. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Nobody. I had to look into that family. Yeah, you got to do it. Anything yes. Anytime you bathe in the sun, man, that's always empowering. Meditation, because I do it. Tap in, you know what I'm saying? Let the sun and sometimes I just look at it, you know what I'm saying? And when you think in consciousness, you speaking directly to the cosmos. You feel me? So yeah, I do it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I answer all you see in ancient Egypt. You will see, especially with Akhenaten, you will see where the rays of the sun, will hit right down on the forehead. You know what I'm saying? That's communication. You see, so yeah, you can communicate with the universe most definitely. But anyway, family, we're gonna touch down again a little later on. No, I'm a capacitor. If in the sense of electricity, I would have to grounding. Yeah, grounding too. Uh, is that the correct spelling? I think. Let me see. I had to break it. When I used to deal with electronics. This was a long, but I believe you talking about a capacitor. I had to get back off into my studies about that. You see what I'm saying? I had to get back off into that. But if you ask me a little later, I'll do a little research and then so refresh my mind and then we'll tap back in. Like we'll tap back in. But I know it's like a battery. You see, ground or grounded. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. But anyway, family, we could tap back in, and I guarantee you, we'll tap back in, and we'll have a question and answer, and then we'll chop it up, and we'll do some research, and we'll answer some questions on later on this evening. I appreciate y'all, family, and I'll get back with you in just a second. We'll get back with you in just a second. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on. Get over there to Patreon. Don't you miss it, family. We got some fire. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black power.